Before she became known globally as Nightbirde, Jane Magziski dreamt of becoming a singer as at the age of 10 years. Her first performance was at the age of 11 as a local talent show she had her mother register her for. But according to Jane, she performed terribly as a result of anxiety as she had forgotten most of her lines. However, that didn't deter her from pursuing music in the future. Jane graduated from Lakin County Christian Academy in 2009 and later pursued a degree in marketing communications at Liberty University. During her time at Liberty, she was encouraged to pursue music professionally. At Liberty, I was constantly challenged with the question, if you could do anything for this world and you knew that you would succeed, what would you do? For Jane, the answer was always music, but she never felt it was a realistic path. Jane auditioned for Liberty's traveling music team but failed to secure a spot, saying she was almost good enough and she would almost make the cut every time. Undeterred, Jane began writing her own music, and in 2011, while still a student at Liberty, she gave her first live performance. She also released a 3-song EP in 2012 called Lines. A year later, in 2013, Jane released her debut EP, Ocean and Sky, which has 6 songs. After graduating from Liberty, she remained at Lynchburg and made a name for herself as a local performer. There, she began developing a fan base. One night after a performance in Lynchburg, Jane reached the decision to step away from music for a couple of months. Therefore, she returned home to Ohio to be with her family. Jane was born on December 29, 1990 in Zanesville, Ohio. She's the second among 4 siblings. Once Jane was back home, nearly a year went by and she hadn't done music. But something even better happened. At least that was what she thought. She met and fell in love with fellow musician Jeremy Claudio. After 8 months of dating, Jeremy proposed to her in March 2015, and after 4 months of engagement, they got married on July 5th, 2015. Jeremy Claudio is a musician who was born on August 8, 1989 in Brooklyn, New York. He is an American but have mixed ethnic background. Jeremy developed an interest in music very early on in his life. With the support of his parents, he founded a music band called Tiger Drive, a band which became very popular in the Nashville music scene. His band has performed at events such as weddings, local clubs, and music festival. Jane and Jeremy had music in common, which explains why they settled down pretty quickly. The couple tied the knot in a small wedding ceremony, which took place at a restaurant and coffee shop in Ohio. Having fallen in love with the place on their first visit, they asked the owner if they could explore the rest of the building. After their adventure, they decided the shop would be the perfect place for their nuptials. We had a vision for it, and when it was full of chairs and green plants and flowers, it was gorgeous, Jane said. Their guests were treated to a dinner of chicken and waffles with homemade hot pepper jelly and fries. The same meal Jane and Jeremy ate when they first visited the restaurant. After their wedding, they moved to Nashville together so they could continue making music. A few months after Jane resumed music, she took on a new stage name, Nightbirde, which she explained that her stage name was inspired by a recurring dream of birds singing outside her window at night. I woke up 3 nights in a row from the same dream. These birds would sing so loud at dawn. The 3rd night I woke up, went to the window and saw there were birds. I just felt like it was really profound. These birds were singing so loudly and so joyfully in anticipation of the dawn, even though there were no signs of it yet. And that's what she wants to embody. In 2017, Jane unfortunately was diagnosed with breast cancer after doctors found a 2-centimeter lump in her breast. The months following her diagnosis, Jane underwent 6 rounds of chemotherapy, which resulted in a double mastectomy. In July of 2018, Jane shared on Instagram that scans revealed that she was cancer-free. However, months later, a follow-up exam revealed new symptoms. The scans revealed innumerable tumors in her lungs, spine, ribs, lymph nodes, and liver. On New Year's Eve in 2019, Jane was diagnosed of terminal cancer. She was given 3 to 6 months life expectancy and 2% chance of survival. Then she had just turned 29 years. But Jane's sadness was far from over. Just days after her diagnosis, Jeremy, her husband, moved out from the marriage, and the pair divorced a couple of months later. Jane said in an interview, "Whilst I was dealing with fighting for my life, I was abandoned by the one person who should never have done that." Though she was given 3 to 6 months to live, Nightbirde knew within her that her life was far from over. Therefore, she went to California to receive a new treatment. In a post she shared, she said, "The doctors told me I was dying. After the man I married said he didn't love me anymore, I chased a miracle in California, and 16 weeks later, I got it." Jane made it much further after the treatment, which according to her, cleared all the tumors from her system. By July of 2020, Jane's cancer was again in remission. She posted a message to her followers saying, "This spring, I experienced a true miracle. Hundreds of tumours died in my body after being given 3 to 6 months to live." However, Jane's battle with cancer wasn't quite over yet. A follow-up scan later that year revealed her cancer had returned. In another post, she said, "I have had cancer 3 times now, and I've barely passed 30. There are times when I wonder what I must have done to deserve such a story." Even through the storm and her battle with cancer, Jane remained positive and continued to produce several singles, including "Girl in a Bubble" and her popular hit song "It's Okay." Jane always wanted to offer more. She thought of a way that she could do it and encourage people that life is worth living. Therefore, she chose America's Got Talent. On June 2021, during her AGT auditions, she told the judges she was singing an original song titled "It's Okay," a song she wrote about her battle with cancer. Jane went on and gave a life-changing performance which won Simon's Golden Buzzer. She said to the judges and the audience, "It's important that everyone knows that I'm so much more than the bad things that happened to me." A performance which earned her a standing ovation from the judges and the crowd and shot Nightbirde to global fame. A statement which she made which served as a pillar of hope for everyone that is going through difficult times is that you can't wait until life isn't hard anymore before you decide to be happy. In August that same year, Nightbirde withdrew from the competition after sharing on Instagram that her health had taken a turn for the worse since the audition. She wrote, "Life doesn't always give praise to those that deserve it, but we knew that already." She made a virtual appearance on the show to give the judges and her fans an update on her condition. Sadly, after a 4 years battle with cancer, Jane passed away on 19 February 2022 at the age of 31, with her family by her side during her final hours. Judges from the AGT show took to social media to pour out their condolences, and the show also wrote, "Your voice, your story, and your message touched millions. Nightbirde will always be a member of the AGT family. Rest in peace, Jane." Jane's ex-husband Jerry wrote a song titled "What If I Never Met You," in which he explained that his side of the story was never heard. Jeremy probably never thought that the story of Jane and her battles would ever go global. Had he known, perhaps he would have stayed much longer. Sadly, he will forever be remembered as the husband who gave up on his wife in her most vulnerable moments. The legacy of Nightbirde lives on. Following her death, her family set up the Nightbirde Foundation, which supports women with breast cancer. During America's Got Talent Season 18's auditions, the Manzi Youth Choir from Soweto, South Africa, paid an emotional tribute to Jane by singing a cover for Jane's popular song, "It's Okay." A performance which received for the first time in the show's history a golden buzzer from the audience. Jane has left a void in this world that will be so difficult to fill. With the few days she had left, she made such an impact in the world that will be remembered for generations to come. And her quote, "You can't wait until life isn't hard anymore before you decide to be happy," serves as a beacon of hope to many people across the globe who are going through difficult situations. One other outstanding thing about Jane was her faith. She stayed true to her faith as a Christian and believed in Jesus until she was called home. Nightbirde's impact will forever live on, in my heart, in your heart, and in many generations to come. As we continue to share her story, may her soul continue to rest peacefully. What is your favorite quote by Jane? Share with us in the comment section.
Sometimes you're walking along in life and the sun is shining and you think that you're on a journey of adventure, and then you run into a wall, but then you have to decide to never give up. And that's TikTok for you.
That's it, guys. If you enjoyed today's story, give this video a thumbs up and comment with a purple heart. Also subscribe to my channel so you won't miss out on any stories as I upload a new video every Monday and Friday. Until then, I'll see you in the next video. Gracias por ver.